But what I'm going to show you here is a little bit more advanced. What we're going to talk about is how your grip actually influences where the club face will be at impact in a pretty big way. I'm going to hold this club face just straight up in the air, so the grooves in the club face are just going straight up. What I'm going to do is take what we call a fairly neutral grip. So from there, you'll be able to see my thumbs are pretty close to being on top of the club, and my palms and my hands would almost be clapping each other like that on either side of the club. You can imagine that. So they're not off to the side like this, which would be a strong grip or a weak grip, but they're just going to be there nice and neutral. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how big an influence how you hold the club in terms of a strong grip or a weak grip influences things. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn my forearms over as much as I can. So that's about it. Without moving anything else, you can see that I've managed to get that club to kind of pretty much horizontal with the grooves there, right? So that's with a nice neutral grip. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a strong grip. So if you have a look at my hands there, what I'm going to do is go from here to around this way. They call that a strong grip in golf. And what that'll do is people that grip a club like that, they tend to be able to really close the club face or have it pointing further left at impact pretty easily. And I'll show you why. So if I do that same thing that I did a minute ago with a neutral grip and I roll my hands over, you can see how much further I can go with that strong grip. Whereas previously I was there with a neutral grip, I can do that pretty easy there. Now I can turn the club face over even more. So that's why people with a strong grip, most of the time, will be hitting a lot of hooks. And then what they do is they change their swing and the way they try and move to hit the shot to just get the thing to go where they want it to go. And that can be you can get some matchups that work well, but most of the time it's a pretty hard grip to get in the air and try and actually hit some nice shots that'll actually stop on a green. Now here's the other way. So this time, so a strong, neutral was the first one. Now I'm going to go around this way and I'm going to go weak. So both my hands are kind of going this way. I'm going to go weak around this way. And now I'm going to try and do the same thing. I'm going to try and close the club face. And that's about as far as I can go. And you can see I haven't quite got the horizontal there. So it's harder for me to turn the club face over when I've already got a weak grip. It's harder for me to roll my arms over more. But it's very easy for me to go this way and open the club face up. And so what that means is someone who has a pretty weak grip, it's very easy for them to have a very open club face at impact. And what I've found in my time is that when you come into impact, you're not really going to hit it too much this way, or you're not going to be this way with your wrists, because you're probably going to really hurt your wrist if you hit something pretty hard, you hit the ground hard like that. You'll tend to come back and hit the ball with some pretty flat wrists like that at impact. So what happens is if you've got a weak grip, chances are you'll come back and you'll be quite open. If you've got a strong grip, chances are you'll come back and you'll be pretty shut. And then what you'll be doing is your body will be adjusting the way it moves, the path that it swings the club on, just to get the thing to start where it needs to come back to the target. So everyone has tendencies. Some people find a slightly weaker ones more comfortable, easier, others slightly stronger. But what I'm going to say to you is if you're someone who's struggling with a slice where the club face is well open at impact, it's going way out to the right, then maybe you could do with bringing your hands around a little bit stronger and experiment at the practice fairway to see what happens to your ball flight. And vice versa. If you're someone that's got a big hook and can't get it off the ground, bring your grip over and bring them over this way, a little weaker, to see if you can actually get the club face to square up and maybe give you a bit more loft. So it's all about experimenting. There's no rights and wrongs. It's just a matter of finding what works for you. And then the other thing is, you can even find that, hey, when I bring my hands way over, I can hit a big slice. Well, that comes in handy in golf to go round trees, or maybe if you've got to go the other way and hit a big hook, to get out of the trees and run it up the fairway and get it somewhere up near the green rather than just having to chip out. So it's experiment with grips. So you got strong, you got weak, you got fairly neutral like that. So there you go.